Hi, my name is Julianne, and today I'm going to be reviewing Parallels, which is this really awesome movie that I just really need to talk about. This is going to be spoiler free, so I'm just gonna talk about the movie, kind of why it's amazing, but I won't spoil anything. And I am planning on making a video that has spoilers in it because I really do want to talk about the stuff that happens in the movie, but I kind of just right now I just want to get the word out, and then later I can just make a video going more into detail. Simply, I'm just gonna say it's about parallel universes, alternate Earths. It's really good. I've seen it on Netflix, I've seen the description and everything, and I never was really feeling the movie, and then finally one day I just looked at it and I was like, today's the day I'm watching this movie. I'm gonna start with characters. Okay, so you've got 4 different characters that are the main people. So you got Ronan, who is an older brother. He kind of has a hot temper. He used to get in a lot of fights. Now he just does I guess professional fights, but they're more back alley type of fights rather than something really professional. And then you have his younger sister, Beatrix, and they both get a call from their dad, and they go off to their house that that their dad lives in. Beatrix, by the way, she's kind of she's a younger sister. She didn't go off to college, but she did get accepted to a school. And actually, she said that she got into Princeton, but I thought she was lying. Just the way that conversation went. Someone was like, "Oh yeah, I just graduated from college," or something about college, and she was like, "Yeah, I just got accepted to Princeton 3 years late." So I don't know. To me, I was expecting her the entire movie to be like, "Yeah, I never actually got accepted," but that didn't happen. Anyway, so you've got them. They go to their house. They can't find their dad anywhere, so they go into the garage, and the sister's like, let's check the trunk. And Ronan's like, no, why did you have to put that idea in my head? Let's not try. And when I say trunk, the car is in there. So, so the neighbor comes over, and they're all I think late 20s, roughly. I'm assuming. Not really that old, but they're adults. They don't live at home, except for the neighbor guy. He lives with his mom, but he's a public defender. And he comes over and he likes Beatrix. Obviously, it's so obvious. But when he came out of his house, his mom was yelling at him and stuff, and then he just walked across the street and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And they're like, "Hey, have you seen our dad? We can't find him anywhere." And he's like, "Yeah, last night I saw these guys yelling at his house like last night." And he's like, "What do you mean? What were they talking about? What was going on?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. My mom was yelling at me, so I wasn't really paying attention." So they're worried, and he's like, "Oh, did you check the trunk?" And Ronan's like, "Really?" So they open up the trunk, and inside is something in newspapers. So they're like, "Okay, what is happening?" So they go inside and they open it up, and there's this weird futuristic advanced technology thing. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just this thing that looks kind of like the future, just really advanced technology. So they have it with them, and on the newspaper, something weird is on. Okay, the headline is Clinton assassinated, Gore in office. I think it was Gore. Whatever that election was. Was it Gore? I feel like it was Gore. I could be wrong. So it was saying something in the past happened, and different from what their past was. So they were really confused. They're like, that doesn't make any sense. How that never happened. What's going on? Obviously, I explained parallel universe, so that the newspaper came from some other universe, but they didn't know it at the time, so they're really confused. So their dad on the message had told them to meet them at a building at a certain time, right? So Beatrix and Ronan, they get in the car, they're gonna leave. Oh, and the neighbor guy is named Harold, but Harry for short. His mom comes out, and he starts, and she's yelling across the street at him. He stopped. He's like, "Oh," he flags them down, and he's like, Ronan rolls down his window, and Harry's just like, "Take me with you." So he gets in the car and they drive off. Well, first they go to the police station, to just say, "Oh, our dad's missing. We need to find him." Blah blah blah. So they go to the building, which has been abandoned for ever. So they get inside and they're walking around, and graffiti's everywhere. It's Earth number whatever, don't go, hostile, another Earth 23. I'm just making this up. I don't exactly remember the numbers, but it's like Earth 23, peaceful, no weapons, you know, all this like different stuff. And some are like, have you seen I'm lost, help me, you know, all this like graffiti, and it's really, really interesting, really cool to look at. So they're in this building and all of a sudden it starts shaking and they're like, okay, what is happening? So the girl, Beatrix, is like freaking out. So she runs to the doors and like, she, you know, get out of the building. She bursts out of the doors. They're not in the same place. Like, they're in the same place, but all the buildings are completely destroyed. It's like nuclear apocalypse happened. And they're like freaking out. They're like, how did this happen in like 5 seconds? Like, what is going on? And then they look back at the building and they're like, every single building here is destroyed except for this one. What the hell is going on? So they're in like the building, or like they're outside, and you know, and then stuff happens. They go back inside. I won't go into too much detail. And they meet the fourth main character, Polly. I think she's my second favorite character, although right at the end, she might be my first favorite character. Harry is like my favorite, and then it's Polly, and then Ronan and Beatrix is like tied. But Harry is hilarious. I love him. Anyway, so Harry, Ronan, and Beatrix were like in a room together, and they're like talking, and Harry is looking at the walls and stuff, and he's like, guys, I think this building like transported us to like an alternate universe or something. And they're like, that's ridiculous. He's like, look at all these like stuff on the walls, look at all this stuff, like it has to be. And Polly comes out of nowhere and she's like, yeah, you're right. And they're like, who are you? And she's just like, I'm Polly, you know. And so she's in this building. By the way, can't figure out from what I was saying, like the building jumps between different universes, so every 36 hours. I won't go into too much detail about the rest of it, but while they're jumping between universes, you know, they're looking for their dad, and they're just trying to figure out what happened to him, and what this building is. So Polly joins up with them, and they're just like going to the universes, and it's really good. It's hilarious, great plot, great characters. That ending, so good. Oh my goodness, it was so good. So this movie came out 2015, this year, for me. They put it out onto Netflix kind of as a test to see how well it does and if it gets support. Their movie, and I don't want to say it because I feel like it's going to put people off, but really it's not bad, okay? It's really not bad. It ends in a cliffhanger, but it's not a type of cliffhanger that's like annoying. It's like one that makes me excited, and the way it ended makes me want more. It makes, like, the whole point of why I really want to put this video out is because I want, even though I only have 7 subscribers, I know, but I really, really want to get the word out about Parallels, because the director made the movie the way it is, ended it the way it did, because they knew they wanted to make this a TV series, and if it gets enough support, it will become a TV series. That is why I really, really, really need people to watch this movie and to get the word out, okay? Because, like, I need this. I need this in my life. You don't understand. Like, it is so good. The production value on the movie is really good. The characters are awesome. The plot line awesome. And there's so much more to the story already, you know? Like, there's characters that you need to see later, like, that you're curious about, that you don't really know about. And Polly, I want to see more of her backstory, and, you know, because of the thing that happens at the end. I just don't want people to be put off because it's a cliffhanger of an ending, because it's not, like it is, but it's not a bad cliffhanger. Like, it's not like someone is dying and you don't know if they're dead or alive. I don't know, it ended so perfectly for a pilot movie. Basically, it's a pilot. Like think of a TV series, you know, like, I don't know if anyone watched this, but it's so good. My Babysitter is a Vampire. They did a movie, and then they made a TV series. Limitless had a movie, and now it has a TV series. You know, so that's kind of how it feels with Parallels. But if it doesn't get enough support, it's not going to become a TV series. So I highly recommend checking it out. Just be prepared that not everything gets resolved in the movie, because it will get resolved in the TV show. If it gets enough support, then you will get answers. So go watch it, support it, and get the word out so we can make this an actual TV series. I want to see more alternate universes. I think is really interesting and just so cool, and some of the technology is awesome, and just to see everything. The characters somewhat develop over through the movie, but again, like, the movie takes place over like a few days. Not exactly, like, I would say it takes place within like 1 week, really. Like, it's not that long, so it's not like characters are developed that well. Like, not in a bad way, it's just like, it's been a few days. Not like, yeah, they found out about alternate universes, but they're not developed as much as if it's like a character over like a season. Once it gets turned into a TV series, we get to see the characters grow and become, come into their own and everything. But yeah, so it's really cool. It's a really interesting concept with this like building and trying to figure out what is the building, how does it go through different worlds, and just seeing the different universes. Like, they don't go to that much, actually. They've gone to, what, 2, 3-ish? 4 if you count their actual like place that they come from. So you don't get to see that many universes, but I know like if it was a TV series, we get to see more, and I'm really curious to see how well they can make this, because I believe in them, because the movie is just so well done. It's so good, and it has just the right amount of intrigue to make you want more. And like halfway through the movie, I was like halfway, like I was like, they're not gonna be able to wrap it all up. I just feel it. Like, I know that, and I already wanted a sequel. Halfway through the movie, I wanted a sequel, and not just because I knew they couldn't wrap everything up, but just because I knew that it was already so good that I needed more. Like, I wanted more, so much more from this. Not like it was bad, like, they could have done better. Like, it was so well done that I needed more from, because the quality was just so good. So yeah, go watch Parallels. It's on Netflix. Overall, it was amazing. Like, I know I keep saying it was really good, it was really amazing, but it really is, and just highly recommend it. And I really need to make a video with spoilers so I can just talk about this. I just really need to talk about the ending with Polly. Like, I love this movie so much. But yeah, and actually, like, I think it's like one of my favorite movies of this year. Like, it was that good. So yeah, please go watch Parallels. Please support it. I need a TV series, and I think I'm speaking for anyone who loves this movie. So yeah, please watch it. And that's it for today. Have a really great life, day, something, whatever. And bye. Please watch Parallels. I need a TV series.